Hey home athletes, happy Tuesday. Working on a 16-minute AMRAP today, as many rounds and reps as possible in 16 minutes of 10 double dumbbell bent over rows, 20 double dumbbell power cleans, and 40 jumping lunges. All right, so obviously you need 2 dumbbells for today's workout. Hopefully you have those. Probably you could use, I'm sure you could, I'll demonstrate the movements. You can adapt the equipment that you have to the movements. I'm sure you could do this with a barbell or an odd object. We're using 2 dumbbells for all these movements. So you can have something either in each hand or one heavy object that you can hold with 2 hands. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So, double dumbbell bent over rows. Working that upper back a little bit. So we have our 2 dumbbells. Bent over rows. So, stand up nice and tall first. Make sure that belly's nice and tight. We're loading up the hips like we do in so many movements. Reaching those hips back, keeping the back nice and flat. Arms start fully extended every single time. And we pull those weights as high as we can get them, right? Pull those weights right up into the chest. Pull those elbows towards the ceiling. Try to get a nice good squeeze of those shoulder blades together at the top, right? This really works the mid and upper back really nicely. Great for your posture. Then we go on power cleans. We have our same 2 dumbbells. So power cleans, remember, we go from the floor to the shoulders. No squat involved. Feet are about hip width apart. We have those dumbbells pointing down. We just have to touch that one bell, bottom bell, to the floor. Basically right kind of in line with the middle of the feet, just outside the feet. We send the hips back and down. We touch here. The movement starts with that big jump, right? We use those legs and hips to kind of create a lot of momentum. We jump and then the weights come up to the shoulders. And notice when I receive the weights on my shoulders, elbows are pointing forward. We have a slight bend in the hips and knees. And then we repeat that process. Let's touch the floor, big jump, bring them to the shoulders, down, touch the floor, big jump, bring the shoulders. Power cleans, double dumbbells, 20 reps. And then your last station, third station, jumping lunges. Now be warned, these get challenging. Chances are you probably have to break up your sets of 40 a little bit. I know I always do. That's fine. It could be 10, 10, break it up, set of 10, take a little break, whatever. But very athletic, very good movement. So we start in a lunge position, ideally the back knees gently touching the ground each time. What we do is we're going to jump up in the air from this position, switch legs, land on the other side, right? So we go up, land. So we get nice and tall on that jump, and switch legs every single time. So that was, 2 reps I just did there. So when it says 40 lunges, that means 20 per leg, right? So on my right leg right now, so this would be 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps. You get the idea. Whew, just a few of those gets my heart rate up. So, good movement. As many rounds or reps as possible today. 16 minutes of those 3 movements. All right? Let me get you warmed up here. Let's go. So what do we need? I just need 1 of your dumbbells right now for the warm-up. And yeah, that's about it. Let me get my timer going. We're going to do 4 different movements, 2 rounds. We're going to start with 30 seconds of jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1, go. First going standard jumping jacks right here. Great, warm them up. Shoulders, hips, everything else. Keep going. You got 20 more seconds for jumping jacks. Jumping jacks, keep going. You have 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so warming up that back a little bit with some bent over rows. We're just going to warm up with 1 dumbbell, holding 1 bell in each hand. Send those hips back, nice flat back, just like we talked about, and pulling the weight up into the chest. So this is half the weight you'll be doing in the workout, right? So we just kind of warm it up. Again, pull those elbows high, squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top right here, and continue. Bend over rows. 15 more seconds. Again, this really works the muscles, mostly in the mid back, little upper back too. which is great for those of us who spend a lot of time sitting down on computers, right? It kind of strengthen all those muscles so we can stand up a little bit straighter, sit up. 3, 2, 1, rest. What do we got next? Let's do some lunges. Just standard lunges, no weights involved, not jumping at all. Step it out, tap the knee, stand back up. Stand it up, tap the knee, stand back up, and go. 30 seconds here. Switching legs each time. Try to focus, one thing to focus on is maintaining a vertical front shin. So take a quick little look as you're doing these. Make sure that knee's basically stacked over the ankle. If it's a little bit forward, that's fine. But once it starts going like forward past the toe or something, that's too far. So trying to keep a relatively vertical front shin. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's do some deadlifts. We're going to warm up our kind of glutes and hamstrings a little bit. One dumbbell, holding the top bell just like this. And we're just going to send those hips back, touch the bell to the floor at the bottom, stand back up again. Warming up our glutes and hamstrings right here. So hips go back, back stays flat, drive those hips forward at the top, and repeat. Make sure those feet are staying flat on the floor, particularly the heels, right? Heels are driving into the floor. Go ahead and give those glutes a little squeeze at the top. Any movement, all the time, whenever those hips extend, right? Butt should be engaged, right? Squeeze those glutes. 3, 2, 1. So that was one round. We're going to do one more round of that. We're going to go back to our jumping jacks down and do that same sequence. So get ready for the beats. Here they come. 5 seconds. Jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks, just as before. Let those hands meet each other overhead. Bring those feet together in the middle. Keep going, 20 more seconds. Ooh, sorry, I had to get a drink of water. 3, 2, 1. All right, little break. What did we do next? We did our dumbbell bent over rows, which is that single dumbbell, right? Remember these? One hand on either bell at the end, and then pulling straight up. 3, 2, 1, go. Speaking of water, don't forget, I know a lot of people, because the weather changes, it starts getting colder, they start drinking less water, right? It's easier to drink water in the summer because it's hot, you're sweating a lot, like, oh, I gotta drink my water. The weather changes, people don't think as much about drinking water, but we still gotta drink plenty of water, so keep it around. And 3, 2, 1. All right. We did forward lunges before. Let's do some reverse lunges now, just to mix it up. 30 seconds here. All right, step it back, tap the knee, come back to standing, switch legs each time. Just a little gentle tap with the knee at the back. 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunges, go. I personally like to drink warm or kind of hot water in the cooler weather, right? Fall, winter, into the spring. I tend to keep not super hot water, but warmer water, which I know might sound weird to some of you out there, but it's actually a great way to stay hydrated in the winter. It's very calming, it's good for the digestive system, it absorbs faster. 3, 2, 1. All right, deadlifts. This will be our last warm-up movement. Just like we did before, holding that one bell, holding the dumbbell vertically as such. Heels stay flat as always. The movement's all in the hips. Hips go back, tap the floor, drive those hips forward at the top. And as I said before, every time our hips extend, boom, squeeze your butt. Every time. You got 20 more seconds here. I think I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this a lot, but this is a very athletic movement, right? This is stored power, and this is released power. We do this a lot: kettlebell swings, deadlifts, rowing, jumping, you name it. 3, 2, 1. All right, you are warmed up. So keep track of your rounds and reps. Set your timer for a 16-minute countdown. Get the workout done. 10 double dumbbell rows, 20 double dumbbell power cleans, and 40 jumping lunges. As many rounds and reps. Have fun, work hard, get it done. Talk to you tomorrow.